we visited Daphne's Caravans in Markdale, Ontario, where she's been building custom caravans for the last 20 years.
Hi, I'm Sasha from Larp News, and this is Daphne from Daphne's Caravans.
Yep. Hello. Hello, everybody.
And we're going to talk about her wonderful creations. Daphne, tell us a little about this one.
Okay, this one's going to a cottage. It's going to be a cottage or a cabin at a cottage in the Kawarthas.
Okay.
So it's heading there in probably about 3 weeks. So I need to finish it off. It's a good size. It's 11 feet long, about 7 feet wide at the top, and big enough to have lots of windows, lots of light. Yeah, inside probably 6.5 feet from the floor up. Yeah.
And now, how did you get into this? Like, how did you?
Oh, that was easy. I wanted one.
Okay.
And you can't exactly go out and buy one.
No.
No. So yeah. So I wanted one and found an old farm wagon and spent a summer.
And how far back was that?
97.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've been building them for a while now.
I have. Yep. Yep. A couple of years ago, we finished my daughter's one, and it was number 50.
Okay.
So now these three here must be somewhere up around number 60.
Did you ever build one that looks like a crypt? Like
No.
for me? No. Oh, okay.
No. But you can design whatever, paint it black if you want it.
Oh, it'd be a little warm in there. Yeah, during the daytime.
Yeah.
Gotta get your sunscreen on days like today. Yeah.
Well, you can't come out in days like today, can you?
Well, that's why I use SPF 5000. Yeah, it's really sharp.
That'll work. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so sure. How do you get started? How do we get started? How do we get it?
Oh, okay. Well, if you look out there, there's a trailer there that has some plywood sitting on it. So we're right down to the frame. We've built up it's got an insulated floor. We've put on some plywood, some insulation. Now we're going to put another layer of plywood. And once that's done, we can start to just frame it up with the 2x2s, which is what all the framing inside these is.
Now and then, whoever wants it, they design it how they want it.
Totally.
Okay,
yeah,
so if you want like 2 beds, you can have 2 beds. You can have bunk beds.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Bunks don't really, there's not enough space for bunks.
Okay.
Unless one's really low to the ground. And I mean, that's possible, but that's a great storage space underneath the bed.
Great. And I guess what kind of wood do you use, or like?
It's almost entirely pine.
Entirely pine. Okay.
Yeah. So pine 2x2s rather, and then tongue and groove pine for all the walls.
Great.
Deck screws because they last well in the weather. Other screws tend to break off after a while, get rusty, but the deck screws work well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this one. I like the aesthetics of it. It's
Yeah,
so
I love the bay window, but I've stopped making them for anybody who's towing it all the time because I can't be sure that after towing for 5 years it's not going to have shaken and start to leak or so.
Is this window open after, or just?
No, in this one we're just going to leave it. It's all solid. She's got enough windows, so she'll have it, and she's going in under trees, so the sun isn't going to be an issue.
So your creations are all over Ontario. Where would we might be able to see some of your work?
Let's see. Probably 4 or 5 down around the Hamilton, Burlington area now.
Okay.
Just a cluster of friends who all, one after another wanted one. One up in Ottawa. The one behind you will belong to people who live in Vancouver, but they're going to keep it at Penzic. Mm-hmm. And the one at the far end is people from Wisconsin, so I've got quite a few in the States as well.
Wow, so you're going to tow them right across country.
Yeah, not me though. Don't say you, I won't tow anything.
They're going to tow it across the country, okay.
Yeah.
Great, yeah. Cool. Mm-hmm. What else can you tell me about these?
Okay. I used to scrounge windows at flea markets and anywhere I could find them, and they look kind of like this anyways, the old wood windows.
Right.
But it's really hard to find, and a few years ago I found local Amish carpenters here who now build my windows and doors, so it's perfect.
So these are new
these
old
are brand new old windows. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, so they're really good. They're exactly the size I asked for, so I can actually build the holes for them before I have the window.
Oh yeah.
Because I know it'll work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes it a little easier.
It does, yeah. And then the doors are Dutch doors with a curved top, and that's something everybody really likes, and looks great.
All right. So, Daphne, tell me a little about how you set these beds up, because
Yeah, this is the first time I've done one over the other. And I think it's going to work really nicely. And with simply people who said, we don't want to crawl over each other to get into a bed that goes lengthwise across the back.
okay.
So one under here, lots of storage in there. And then up there, and still enough space for the mattress, and then the windows will open.
You can definitely get all your LARP gear everywhere in here. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually when you've got the whole bed space, you've got a huge area for all the LARP stuff. And some people have had me build little doors on the outside, especially like one over on the side there, so that you can just shove the swords or all the long stuff in.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's possible too, because they're just made to order.
So tell me, does anybody ever ask for like an emergency trapdoor so they can get out?
Yes.
They do ask for emergency trapdoors. Ooh.
Yes. There is one where nice door up there, but there's a little door back there. You've got to go crawl under the bed.
Right.
And unhook, and you can get out.
And there's ever like a little safe or something like that. Like I gotta hide something under the floor.
Never under the floor, but I've built lots of little hidden
spots?
spaces. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hear that? You can get your caravan with hidden spots for all your treasures. That would be great.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And it's fun. It's fun to build something different, and sort of something hidden. In fact, one that I sent off to the States. I just said, oh, by the way, there's a hidden compartment and there's presents for you in there. And she found it fairly fast, I think.
Nice.
But I didn't tell her where it was. She had to find it herself.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this bench here, it's like over there, it's covering up the wheels, because the wheels in this one are within the framework.
Right.
So got the bench, but the top of it is off.
A lot more storage.
Oh, totally. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. You have to make use of every bit of storage.
It's like a lot of storage.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you ever build one with like a skylight in it?
I haven't yet, but I will be this summer. The one that we're building out on the grass right now. It's going to stay here, and it's going to have what's called a mollycroft, and that means that your roof comes up like this, but about here, it then goes straight up further, and then the curve is so maybe 6 inches higher. So you come along, and then you go up, and your curve is up there, and what you have then is light coming in up here instead of your totally dark. Because as soon as the roof goes on, this will feel completely different inside. But this one's going to have the mollycroft, so
It'll feel nice, almost like a coffin.
oh yes, you could just say no windows, please.
Yeah, no windows painted black
And
with
paint the
satin.
inside. Yes.
Yes, I want satin, red satin everywhere, and black.
Yes, no problem. Yeah. So the mollycroft one is fun because you can also make it little sliding windows so you can get more air in from up there.
Okay.
But it's going to be an experiment, so I'm glad it's somewhere. It's just going to sit here, so if it doesn't work well, it won't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you build any of these for our Canadian climate? Like, did you insulate them, any of them? Or anybody ever requested it?
Lots of people requested. Actually, the funniest request was recently from Arizona, and they wanted it air conditioned.
Oh, yeah.
I said, open the windows. Lots of people request it, but I'm not willing to do that. If you want something fully insulated, you're looking at a tiny home, and which are bigger than this.
Right.
Quite a bit bigger than this, and lots more expensive.
I guess the
6 or
tiny
8
home
times.
people,
Yeah.
they reach out to you all the time asking for stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, people with the wrong idea about how small this is, or
You're definitely just a caravan for the weekend. We're not living here.
No, no, we're not.
Okay.
Though you could sleep here for in your crypt.
Yes.
For a fair while. Yes. There's a game. There's Nero Canada is down near Hagersville, and on that property there's 4 of them. 4 of my caravans.
Wow.
Because both my kids play. So they each
There you
have
go.
one, and a couple of other people have them as well.
So if you want to see these caravans in action, you need to go to Nero, Canada.
There you go. Yeah, and we do this. This one's sort of pretty regular roof, just nice curve. It'll have 3 layers on it. A layer of mahogany first, so that it'll look really nice. Just that lovely skin of mahogany as you're sealing.
Okay.
If you wanted to really sort of fancy it up, you could go with lots of scarves and things and drape them all through there. But that's the decoration afterwards.
Right.
Which is, I think, that really the fun part for people. I get the shell ready and they can really make it their own.
They make it their own, yeah. Yeah, I can see a lot of people wanting one of these. It's pretty fancy.
Yeah. Yep.
Especially for Larp. It's very fancy. Very fancy.
Yeah. You have to be willing to tow something though.
Yes.
Yes. And normally.
But how long does it take to set up and tear down?
Exactly.
You can show up 10 minutes before game and you can be ready.
Open the door and here we are.
There we are.
Yep.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So for weight, something we haven't talked about,
Okay.
the smaller, the 8 to 10 foot long ones probably don't weigh much over 1,000 pounds,
Okay.
which is pretty light.
So like a little car can pull it, no problem.
Yeah. Except for the wind resistance. It's a big flat face.
Right.
Yeah. So you want something with...
You're gonna save money on no speeding tickets, because that's what that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
You will not get a speeding ticket while pulling one of these.
That helps. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So how much does the bigger ones take up? I guess. Or what's the biggest one you've built?
The biggest one is probably
gonna be that one there?
That one there.
Okay.
Yeah. I've built that length before. Actually, my daughter Pam's. It's at Nero. And it's on my website, so there are loads of pictures of that one. It's on a 14-foot trailer, but it's got a little 2-foot porch, so it's 12 feet long. Oh. And the one down there is 13 feet. So I guess it ranks highest as well.
Oh wow.
So this one's I made about 5 or 6 years ago, 6, and it's cedar, totally made of cedar, so it still has a bit of the smell.
Okay.
But certainly cedar on the outside is fading. And definitely the smallest I've done. The trailer started out just a 4x6 trailer. Okay. So with ledging out there, we're 6 feet across, so there's room for a bed across the back. But certainly not a lot of room for extra things, but enough.
So it's like the teeniest little trailer for a 6 foot.
Yeah, so, yep, single bed. But you still end up with...
Come and help build.
Yep.
And where are we?
Oh, we're in the middle. We're in Markdale, where Chapman's Ice Cream is.
We're in Chapman Ice Cream
Land. Yes. So we're south of Owen Sound, 2 hours from Toronto.
Okay.
But actually, I really enjoy it if people can. Yeah. Solid back there, so this is extra storage. Yeah, yep. Yeah.
Okay.
But I always tighten those down a lot when it's moving around, so that's why I couldn't flip them right now.
Always this is light enough to just be pulled by a tractor.
Yes.
A lawn tractor.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, so it travels around the property.
So Daphne, when you put it on site, how do you prevent it from tipping?
Okay. Well, usually they have
One of those guys, yeah.
Have one of those, so the 3 points, and then you can get trailer jacks.
Okay.
Put jacks under the corners and you're safe. Now, as you saw, some of them are balanced so that you can walk in and they don't tip anyways.
Because they're balanced.
Because they're balanced, but you still would want to have jacks at the back.
Yeah.
Because if 2 people walked in at the same time, they'd probably tilt it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think this is maybe my favorite size. Just to build something really tiny and
Oh yeah, this fits
snug,
everywhere.
Yeah. And the roof, actually, get a picture of the roof. The ceiling, go inside. Oh. It is beautiful.
Now I'm wondering, can you build a giant keg? A giant keg on wheels.
There we go. Yes, we could do that.
Thank you, Daphne, for your time and showing us your amazing work on custom caravans. Check out www.daphnescaravans.com for more information. This was Larp News. Until next time, stay out of the sun.